Hi, my name is Restynia Oktriani Rori. I am studying in English Education Department, Faculty of Language and Arts, Universitas Negeri Manado. In this video, I will explain the 5 elements of a short story. But before you watch this video, don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Okay, let's start it. 5 elements of a short story. First is setting, character, conflict, plot, and the last is theme. Let's talk about setting. Setting is when and where a story happens, helps in creating the atmosphere of the story. For example, place, at church, in a market, under the bridge, near the hospital, by the beach. And next is time. For example is last January, during summer, last New Year, and on his birthday. Okay, next is character. Character is the person of animal that portrays in the story. Character has 6 types. First is protagonist, antagonist, static, dynamic, round, and the last is flat. And also, character is introduced through characterization or the presentation of characters, motivates through his speech, action, and talk. Okay, let's now the types of characters. The first is protagonist. Is the good character, is often opposite, exploited, or victims. Next is antagonist. Is the bad character, causes problems and sufferings to other characters. Next is static. Is the character who does not change, is constantly bad or good from the beginnings up to the end of the story. Next is dynamic. Is the character who changes, transforms from being good to bad or bad to good. The next one is round. Is the character that is hard to describe and predict, had many qualities and emotions. And the last is flat. Is the character who is easy to describe and predict, possesses and display a few traits. Okay, the third is conflict. Is the problem which the main characters need to solve, can be categorized into 2, which are internal and external. In internal conflict, the character's problem is caused by his own limitation and weakness. For example, man versus himself. A person is struggling because of himself. For example, Andrew can forgive himself from his own past mistakes. On the other hand, external conflict happens when the character's problem is caused with the people or things around him. Man versus man is a type of external conflict. It happens when a character is struggling because of the other character's discussion or action. For example, Andrew was forbidden by his parents to go to school. The next one is man versus nature. It happens when a character is struggling because of an unexpected event in the environment. For example, Andrew is caught in the rain on his way to this passing house. And the last is man versus society. A character is struggling because of the belief and rules of the society. For example, Andrew was punished to sing Lupang hinirang because did not use the pedestrian lane in crossing to the street. Okay, the next is plot. Is the list and sequence of events in the story. Plot has 5 parts. First, exposition, next rising action, climax, falling action, and the last is resolution or ending. Okay, exposition. Exposition is the beginning part of the story and introduces the characters, the setting, and the conflict. Rising action happens when the conflict is addressed by the main characters in the story. It's the part when the protagonist faces crisis or unstable state. The next is climax. It's the most interesting and breathtaking point of the story, presents the protagonist's most challenging moment. Next is falling action. Happens instantly after the climax, reveals the consequences either good or bad the characters need to deal with after the turning point of events. Okay, the last is resolution or ending. Tells what happened to the character after the problem conflict being resolved. Leave readers a certain emotion such as sadness, happiness, disappointment, pity, or even heartbreak. Okay, the last is theme. Theme is what a story all about can be expressed in one word like love, friendship, and solitude. Is the central idea or main message the author wants his readers to be understand and to live by. Okay, I think it's enough for my explanation about 5 elements of short story. I hope you enjoy and don't forget to like and Jesus bless us. Thank you.